anybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Twin Gate, 311,
good,
whatever you
120
want to
out,
call it. I call it civic genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Twin Gate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen. It will never.
Well, good morning, all you dogma snuggies wearers. It's time to come out of your dogma snuggie and get off the dogma burgers for at least 1 hour, a couple times a week. Get a little bit of reality, a little bit of the truth. Talk about Fukushima, of course, today. The insanity of the self-posturing, the creating bravado that accepts and makes it okay. There's a guy in Puget Sound, thanks, a doctor. Now get this. This guy swims in Puget Sound. There's a report coming out today that he swims in Puget Sound every day, and he's worried about contamination. So he says he spends all his money, $550. If he's a doctor and all his money is $550, he's one shitty doctor or one fucking liar. Anyway, so he hired, guess who he hires? Oh yeah, same old, his ugly mug shows again. Rat boy, the biggest fucking fraud. He should be in a prison cell. This guy should be in prison cell. Ken Buser. Ken Buser robbed Woodhull's for, he's still using Woodhull's name after he robbed the endowment for incredible sums of money. He's the biggest fraud through this whole thing. I mean, it's so outrageous. So, here we go again. We have no government. We pay taxes to the EPA. We pay taxes to RadNet. We pay taxes to fund Cal Berkeley, to fund all these marine biologist departments. Our taxes for nothing. That'll lead me into what I want to talk about today. I want to lead into this pseudo-de facto lie that we all live. And not just in the Fukushima realm, but in everything. We have a government that picks and chooses law enforcement. I call crimes legal. We have a system where some pay taxes and some don't. We have a system that people abide by law and other people do not abide by law. It's pseudo-de facto. It's a fallacy, just like people's hairspray, the fraud of their entire being. Their whole life is a fucking fraud. Well, why wouldn't it be? America's a fucking fraud. Let's talk about immigration. It's always been, we never had a fence. They go grandstand down there on the fence and make a big freaking deal. Oh, right there. They love it just the way it is. Look, it's easy, cure. The same, just enforce the laws that exist. It's against the law to pay someone cash. It's against the law to pay someone cash. It's against the law to pay someone cash. That's crazy. Look, I was a contractor here for 35 years. Biggest stucco contractor in the valley. Not one of these guys that run cruiser guys. Out on a wall, I could foul my hand every day. You know, I balanced my plastering business, my stucco business. I started stucco and plastering at 15 years old. I have 10,000 jobs here. I never switched to the fake shit. I never exploited labor. I stood on integrity. I balanced that with my finance career, going back from Wall Street in New York, and my teaching career. I balanced them all. I never gave up the hawk and trowel. I always was a plasterer. It was my art. It was my skill. I mean, it was such a great way. I miss it so much. One day, hopefully, I'll have my hawk and trowel back in my hand. But in the 90s, all of a sudden, just started flocking. I'll never forget it. Right here on 12th and Washington. By the way, it is huge, huge holiday here today. Pioneer Day. Mormon Day. This is the day that the Mormons came, 1847. And they landed exactly right. The first group of Mormons with Brigham Young, I can get into that. Oh, he never said this is the place. That's a lie. They stopped and stood right where LDS Hospital is now, where I'm getting chemo. I think what an irony. By the way, the Mormon Church does not own LDS Hospital, not one iota of it, haven't for years and years. They help their own. No, they don't. No, they don't. They're a fraud like the rest of America. It's all a show, not who I am, who everyone thinks I am. It's like your big house on the hill, your styrofoam fake mansion, your Botox, whacked out, pill popping old lady. You know, it's the same old gig. So, on 12th in Washington, this is in about 95, 90, after NAFTA was signed. That's what did it. By the way, NAFTA did it, and I prove what did it. What happened, NAFTA didn't just displace American workers, it displaced Mexican workers. And Mexicans were farmers, especially in northern Mexico. They switched to freaking growing tomatoes to trafficking dope. Well, most Mexican people are not criminals, just like most Americans aren't. Well, take that back. Most Americans are criminals now, forced into it. They have to be. That's the cheapest system. They have to. You're forced into it. It's sick. It's outrageous. So they're raising tomatoes. They're raising produce for a living. The money moves in there with their corporate strip farms and desecrates them. So the construction industry is going, raging. We pull up. There's this hair-sprayed, car-selling alcoholic piece of shit. You know, these people tried to jump into the classroom business using fake stucco, paint, broke down all the barriers to entry, styrofoam mansions. And I'm like, what the hell? I had a contract on this job, and the guy says, whoa, blah, blah. And I says, I'm going to sue your fucking ass. Whole crew of illegals crawling all over it. So-called illegals. Whatever you want to call them. I mean, it's not the exploited, it's the exploiters. Hello. Both sides love it just the way it is. It's cheap labor. I mean, this is nothing more than extraction of wealth from the working class to the wealth. That's all it is. And the people that participate at the local level, it's not even helping them. They think they're one of those. They're trying to get into the club. They never get into the fucking club. Because all it does is take down barriers to entry and crush pricing. Fuck, I was getting more fucking in the fucking early 80s per square foot than sucker goes now. You know what the $80 is compared to now? Please. None of them. They're just fucking spinning their wheel, killing themselves. I mean, to think about it. You got a crew you don't even know. You can't even speak the language with you. You want to work with that all day. I mean, don't sound even fun to me. You know, I do say I used to have to outwork 5 men. Then it was 10. Then when I was started to get 20, I started taking some chances. I fell off a roof and broke my back, severed my tongue, almost died then. That's when this big nightmare began with me in 2005. That's how come I didn't have any insurance when I got cancer. So I called the state, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? You know, talked to the Attorney General Assistant, Jan Graham at the time. You know, I kept calling. I call them every fucking Monday. Finally, I was at the point. They would tell me, no, Kevin, we don't even investigate unless there's 200 employees or more. I'm a bull fucking shit. This is against the law. This is against federal law. This is against state law. You're eroding the tax base. I mean, this is fucking wrong, and you're breaking fucking 50 fucking laws. Finally got a hold of Shirtlifting himself later on. Oh, yeah, the same guy that went out and handcuffs out of his fucking house with 11 felony fucking counts on him. Same guy. Says, hey, send me a list of the laws that I used to call them all the time and say, hey, is rape and murder legal this week? What the fuck are you talking about? Well, I don't understand. I'm confused. What laws are illegal? Which ones are? It's illegal to do this. Yeah, they do it. So I'm confused. I mean, please. I mean, simply send me one. So this whole thing started to flop in the 90s. It started to flip. It was a philosophy. It was incorporated that usury is okay. Usury is good. In the name of Christianity. They're all doing it in the name of Christianity. I mean, the more it's just like this. You're in a relationship. One's accusing the other of cheating. 99% of the time, it's the one accusing. Or they're getting ready to. They're watching them groom themselves. It's always that way. Same with these guys. They're doing hairspray in the name of Christianity when they're doing exactly the opposite. Exactly. It's just like here. They use their corruption, their ignorance, their exploitation. They wear it like a badge of honor here. Stand up on a pulpit in an evangelical church, in a Mormon church, and preach from the pulpit. Kill, kill, kill. Go kill them sand niggers. Go kill them sand niggers. Go kill the sand niggers. Sick fuckers. Sick, racist, fucking disgusting, fucking antichrist like disturbing fucks in the name of Christianity. They all make me sick. They all need to rot in fucking hell. So here, I went to a guy yesterday, talked to this guy, been deported 3 times. Back here, just, oh fuck, I ain't worried about it. I was talking to this other guy I know who killed a guy. He killed a guy, and he got deported. He's been back here for 7 years. Nobody bothers him. So, you come here illegal, most of them are just looking for a better deal, but think about the criminals. There's no detention to freaking crime. Commit all the crimes you want. Do whatever you want. Worst thing you have to, you get a bus ride home, and you just come back. It doesn't get cleaned up. Why doesn't it get cleaned up? Because both parties are lock, stock, barrel on exploitation. It's the extraction of wealth. The greatest redistribution of wealth to the fucking 1% in human history has happened since NAFTA was signed. It's actually been going on since 1980. Reagan, by the way, Reagan opened the border. Reagan, your fucking neoconservative fucking god, your baby, he opened the fucking border. Look it up. It's like, we need another guy. I will give it to Reagan, though, on one thing. The Strawser was anti-nuclear, and Nancy was anti-nuclear, and he tried, but it was his handlers. Even back then, we know who was freaking handling him. The military-industrialized complex. Teller himself. That, but I swore, one of my goals in life, I'm going to go piss on Teller's grave. He murdered my father. He probably gave me cancer. Yeah, that's the guy who was running the military-industrialized freaking mass murder complex that's gone completely insane amok. So we have this system set up here. So you're a young contractor, or a contractor, old contractor. I was the biggest stucco contractor. Hollis up there in North Ogden was the biggest concrete. What's the name right over here? Biggest framing concrete. We all started as teenagers. Apprenticed. Skilled fucking. Incredible crews. Does it work? My crew have been with me for 30 years. $30, $40, $50 an hour, guys. Incredible skilled units of labor. Incredibly dynamic and believable. Plasters. We're not talking drywall mud with shit sticking. We're talking hark and trials with stuff. Oh, you want to talk an art? Physical, intense, fighting the elements, outdoors. Oh boy. The tree in the Children's Museum, my name's on the wall. I built that. That's out of Lapland. The Sonic Temple handshakes, I have hundreds of them. I still do laughing plaster. I'm the only one in the state. Last of the Mohicans. Before I got cancer, restored the FEMA mansion down here, or not mansion, home. Even put the wood plots all the way back right here. You watch these YouTube videos, you guys use these little, they look like kangaroos with little kangaroo strokes, little kangaroo arms sticking out. They ain't fucking plasters. They ain't fucking plasters. Great plasters, great big giant swoop. I go across the wall, blow people's fucking minds. Taken away from me with cancer. Fukushima took that away from me. The nuclear complex took everything away from me. That's what it does. So we have this government. We have this place. And it's not just in the so-called... And it has nothing to do with the illegal labor, really. It was never a fence. It has to do with us accepting as a culture, as a people, becoming in vogue. And it's just like this. And people say, oh, it's just one thing to the next. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's like, okay, here, what about a year ago, these tight stretch pants got illegal for females to wear. Every city I travel, fuck how many cities I've been in the last year, including Calgary, Canada, everybody wears the same thing. I mean, we contemporize. What becomes contemporized becomes contemporized. That's what it is. It becomes contemporized to enslave the brown people from the South. In Canada, they do it to the Bangladesh and the Indians. In the U.S., we do it to the Mexicans. And the Mexicans are more than happy to do it because they are so displaced down there that Mexico's in fucking shambles, please. So fucking nice. You know, that you go to places in Mexico, it's great. Mexico City's contemporary, whatever, but their job market's so fucking out of whack. Catholic Church again? Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, Haiti. Oh, fuck yeah. We don't believe in birth control, so let's use eugenics to control populations when you should get a fucking stranglehold on the fucking Catholic Church. Tell them to fucking quit this. You know, people having fucking 8, 9 kids. Mormons still do it. They can't afford fucking one. It's outrageous. Birth control is the fucking answer. All these fucking lunatics. The same people that bitch are the same people that are the very poorest create the fucking same fucking support system for the very rich. Foxconn, Operation Foxconn. I was talking to Ackerman yesterday. We're doing a series of paintings, a word a day. I says, Foxconn. Well, what's Foxconn? Look it up. All of you. Googling Foxconn. Not to be confused with Operation Foxconn, which is funded by the CIA, the Pentagon, to build up the military through Fox News. And you suck it up and you drink it up. Here, I'll hand over 75% of my tax paycheck every week so you can build some more bombs to go fucking mass murder fucking the sand niggers. Fucking racist, creepy fucks. It's disturbing. It's disgusting. It's fucking immoral. You're going to hell for it. Everybody that supports is going to fucking hell. You might as well put another yellow sticker on your fucking car. Fucking outrageous. In the name of Christianity. Exploiting another people. He threw the money changers out of the temple. Usury, we're the last state in the country to get rid of usury laws. 6% above prime. Here at 641, the arrest of Swallow and Shurtleff both, it falls into usury. What was going on is these guys buy these payday loans, these check cashing loans. They're rampant here. They're all through the Mormon church. And they go to these Mormons and say, hey, invest. We can give you 200% interest. It's a Ponzi scheme. And then they scam each other. That's what Mormons do, scam each other. Because it isn't who they are. It's who the neighbors think we are. Their big fake house, and they're fucking whacked out, peel popping fucking whacked out old lady. And, you know, their kids are gay, that they have centers here now, all over Utah, like Michelle Bachmann. And there's no doubt in my mind that Michelle Bachmann's husband is gay. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. It's always overcompensation. Always. Here, lots of gay children in the Mormon community. Well, you know, they're taught they're going to hell. And so suicide is epic here, huge epic. So what did the state do about that? They changed the law on how you report suicide. They got it through the legislature because they didn't want to look like that. Ooh, they changed it. It used to be by law. You used to have to list the cause of death. Not now. They changed it. So they have centers. The Mormon church, you go in there and say, you know, to their bishop or whatever, they're gay. Well, we have the center now you can send him to, which who owns it? The same fuckers that send him to him. You know, it's going to cost you $30,000 a fucking month, but we can fix this kid. He won't be gay no more. Oh, it's out Michelle Bachmann on Balco. You think about the far fucking right and how they wear their badge. They wear their fucking lunacy, their fucking ignorance like badges of fucking honor. Sarah Palin's one of the stupidest bitches that ever fucking walked. And by the way, let's get real about Sarah. Talk about overcompensation. She snort cocaine off a fucking barrel with her and her husband. She fucking was having sex with her husband's best friend. And who's the douchebag? Todd with his hairspray. He knows she was having sex with his best friend. She was having sex with Glenn Rice, the NBA player. I mean, this woman is the biggest fucking fraud ever. You know, there's lots of reports of a couple of those kids aren't even her kids. And Todd knows. Yet he stays. So whose fucking fault is it? That fucking, well, I guess, you know, he's working at work. She's working a lot of money. They wear their fucking ignorant. These people really are that stupid. Now on the far left, they're just fucking exploiting the situation. They think they're in the club. Oh, I live in San Francisco. I live in New York City. Cultural theme parks for fucking Europeans to shop at. You know, Soho, let's go down to Soho. You know, I used to spend a lot of time down there back when it was gritty and hardcore, and it was fun, and it was fucking passionate, it was dangerous, and it was intense, and it was art. Well, I think there's no fucking art in New York City. It's Sesame Street. It's a cultural theme park. It's a shopping mall. Throw my hands on fucking shopping mall for Europeans. Who benefited from the fucking weak dollar crashing? San Francisco and fucking New York. Tourism dollars, 53 million tourists alone last year in New York City alone. And by the way, I would like to say thank you to Occupy of New York City, because I'll tell you what, my activism we did in September this year, twice. You know, I protested at Fox News, I protested at Time Warner, I protested at ABC, NBC, I protested at CNBC. I mean, in the cage in Times Square with the real Tiananmen Square, drinking blood. I would have never got away with any of that before Occupy. Oh, the freaking new mayor's been arrested for public unrest. So they did a lot. We need to reborn it. You know, I wanted to call post-ignorance in the beginning. I was, in the winter of 2010, I was at Washington Square where everything evolves and everything starts. Standing there with my post-ignorance sign, trying to find Jackson Pollock's original studio, by the way, which I did find, and I put a video that nobody gave a shit, nobody watched, and then 3 years later when I show up there, we just randomly go to dinner, you know, with a bunch of people, and there I am, sitting in Jackson Pollock's little studio. I didn't even tell anybody. Was sitting with Eric Oppenheim, Dennis Oppenheimer's son. Didn't even know it. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, these circles, how they tie together as we keep our minds focused. As the good fight, the leukemia, cancer. So I stood there trying to boot up my post-ignorance social movement to try to put some equality back in it, try to put some morality in, try to put some reality in. And, you know, I was talking to the occupiers, you know, we're messing around though. It's, look, you got to have answers. When they come shove a camera in your face, you can't just say, you know, you're mad. Just be fucking fake. And they weren't fake. It just proved the Occupy proved the strength of America. Even the people that were supposedly the top of our, but they weren't. The people that are claiming they were the top of Occupy, no, they weren't. I know exactly who was. I was right there with them. We started it freaking in Washington Square. So they're coming to me and they says, hey, we're thinking about going to, well, something happened on our way to that place. They threw an American flag in our fucking face. Oh, 3/11. I was timing it for 3/25/11, the 100th anniversary of the Shirtwaist Fire. It was perfect. It was perfect timing. We were leading up to it. The people that I was working with in New York are like, you've gone Fukushima fucking crazy, Kevin. I says, yeah, it trumps it all. It trumps everything. The greatest violation to freaking human rights. It's even much bigger than the exploitation of labor. It's the diversion of wealth, the declining 36 consecutive years of declining nominal wages. I mean, you go to a hotel, you're being exploited illegal labor there. It's against the law what they're doing. They do it. Go to a casino. It's against the law to do what they're doing, but they're doing it. Go to any construction site. It's against the law to do what they're doing, but they're doing it. They desecrated these industries, crushed them, destroyed them. And it's you. You participate. You go along with it. Contemporary America, okay, it's against the fucking law. These are fucking laws. So you're a young guy. You decide you're going in business. You're an old guy, and you say, oh, okay, you do everything. Your scoutmaster, your teachers, your church leader, your mom and dad. You know, everybody in the community taught you honesty, integrity, hard work. Honesty, integrity, hard work. So you do all that. Not only do you fail, because the guy next to you is not doing any of that. He's cheating the system. He's, hey, here's $20. Sorry, it's Friday, it's payday. The contract hasn't paid me, I'll catch you up. This goes on and on and on. What are they going to do, go cry to somebody? They quit, and there's an endless sea. They just hire more. It takes away all the skill in the crowd. Why do you think your house is such a piece of dog shit, molded up piece of junk, your fake styrofoam? Oh, I love this rock. I'm a rock mason when they're sticking on fake rock on your fucking house. You know, Venetian plaster, that's my big one. I do real Venetian. Go to Venice and show them your fucking paint over your sheetrock. Tell them that's Venetian. Fuck, they'll probably put you in jail, Amanda Knox. Fucking, it's so fucking grotesque. You got shit. It's all false. It's all fake. It's all a fucking facade. A shitty facade. So we're in Washington Square trying to build it up. I go crazy. So they're like, Kevin, we're going to Lower Wall Street. We're going down to Lower Manhattan. Well, I said, no. Wall Street's not there. I was there. New York Stock Exchange, a museum. There's nobody there. It's computer screens. They're in Midtown. They're over in Jersey. Going to fucking Midtown. No. So I was arguing with them. So anyway, I was due to speak in Zuccotti. I was sitting on a picnic table at UCLA with a freaking megahorn in my fucking mouth. On my way to speak in Zuccotti. Had a plane flight that day when the fucking tumors fucking wrapped around my bow and fucking attacked me like a wolf. Flew home. Standing right there in my front yard. Got worse and worse and worse. Finally called the fucking ambulance in the middle of the night. Cancer. Hardcore radical fucking cancer. Hardcore. My path was altered. On Balco. I kept my activism. I started to look at videos yesterday. Seen one I tagged environmentalists on, I believe it was 2/8/12. I watched it. Like, holy fuck. That night, I was back in the hospital that day. I made that video right before I posted it. Back then days, remember, it was hard. It took time to put up videos on YouTube. You just click buttons like you do now. It was hard work. A lot of work. That first video I did, 3/11/11, took me 6 hours to upload that video. How early that video was. So I end up with infection in my line, my central line and my jugular that night. I almost passed that night. I came very close to dying that night. So I kept going. Activism kept going. So did the exploitation. Now, Occupy planted a lot of seeds. They did a lot of good in places like New York City. I don't see any good it did in California. I mean, Berkeley, I tried to protest there. I got hammered by cops when I tried to protest at Berkeley. San Francisco, New York, the public square's been taken back. There's lots of great protests. I'll be back there soon. I'm working with my so-called whistleblower. Jesus, it's like fucking little children, these guys. America's such cowards. They're so full. I'm like, what the fuck are you afraid? Well, NSA, they're on our side. They can get cancer too. What are you talking about? Law enforcement in New York City is fucking great with me. I talk to them. Tom Blewett and I talk to all kinds of them and say, hey, your family got cancer? Yeah. They don't know what we're up to. Even Washington, D.C., Sands, head of the security at the fucking White House. I had him convinced. Why? Because his sister died of leukemia. They all have stories. I'm a human rights activist, and the top of the fucking heap of human rights activism is nuclearism. I've always known that. I've known that since I was a little boy. Yeah, I knew I had a predisposition. I knew, but I didn't think I'd get this fucking horrible disease. I didn't think I'd be desecrated and go through the good fight on Balco. Literally Balco. You get a shot of it in your stomach every day. It's called Neupogen. They give you a fucking injection in your stomach every day. Who would have believed it? Who would have believed that America's turned into this? So we have these laws that some abide, most don't. You erode the tax base. People were fucking... I remember when rush hour used to be at 9. Then it was 8. Then it was 7. I used to think it was outrageous to go to work at 7. Like, there's people going to work out here in this fucking poor complex at fucking 4:30 in the morning. They're willing to work longer to fucking support the 1%. And Fox News will tell them. They'll sit and tell you, all these guys deserve it. This CEO deserves making fucking $300 million a year, $1 million a day. Why this guy's making $10 an hour as a 50-year-old? How pathetic America. But like I said, they wear their fucking ignorance fucking like a badge of honor, and they are ignorant. You make no fucking mistake about it. And that is not commentary. That is documented fact. My PhD, I took the old Harvard study. It goes way, way back. It's been done over and over. I did it. It's 12 questions. Name 2 Supreme Court justices. Name the 3 branches of government. And it's not logical stuff. It's stuff you have to be taught. Thus, post-ignorance. So, blank map of the states. You have to name 2 of the 3, Minnesota, California, Kentucky. Simple stuff. Iconic pieces of art. All kinds of, very 3rd, 4th grade, 5th grade stuff. The study has flown and evolved. The lowest scores for a long, long time, the lower scores were, in the 40 percentile, 35 percentile, in the 50s and the 60s when this popped. That's what kills me about the baby boomer. I know they know. That's why I know this is all denial and a facade. Because you can see the scores from the 50s and 60s fucked in the 80 percentile. When I did it this time, and other people around the country, we're talking less than 2%. Some places less than 1%. That's an ignorance epidemic. And Fox News preys on it. Now, how did it happen? All the food chain, whatever. Well, I break a purity of economics. Purely. Instead of working 40 hours a week, you're working 65 hours a week, 2 people. When it was just 1. I used to say in my class all the time, name the greatest socialized people in the history of the world, the time and place. 1st century in India. And we go down to all these different times and places. Now, name the greatest socialized system. The greatest socialized system. The greatest socialized system. Yeah. System. Socialized system. via tariffs versus taxation, via labor rights, via fucking social conscience of the fucking people. United States, 1945 to 1980. Tax rate 90 plus fucking percent on the fucking wealth. Fuck government didn't have to get involved in healthcare. Employers had pressure on the employers. You didn't fucking give them really great healthcare. They walked down the street, fucking went to work for the next guy. It's completely flopped now. Now it's Lottery America. And these businesses who think they're business, oh yeah, I own this though. They go along, fucking spend up money and fucking put on the fucking shelf or something. They'll go fail. They won't survive under the Apples of the world, the fucking Googles of the fucking world, the massive, the fucking New East India Company, Walmart. Well, what's the answer? I've always had the answer. Answer's so fucking simple. Same answer Jesus Christ had, the greatest human rights activist in human history. And I'm not that religious. That's just the way it is. You know, you ever notice that all these great spiritual leaders were always anti-nuclear? All the way clear to the natives. The Native Americans are the greatest anti-nuclear activists of all time. They nuked before it was invented. It's cancer. It's violation to human rights. The hierarchy of needs. Water, food, sex. No, air, water, food, sex. Air. You have the right to breathe clean air. You have the right to drink clean water. You have the right, but you have the right to be indoctrinated, brainwashed through a television. I don't think so. I think it's against, the Constitution says that we had antitrust laws. Now Rupert Murdoch's going to buy CNN. So you can watch Fox twice a day. Foxconn, Operation Foxconn. Remember in the 90s, the smaller, leaner military? Huh. And let's think about that. The election in 2000. People laugh at me when I call it the military coup. Think about it. Didn't win. The Gore stood down. Everybody stood down. America won, and then we just went fucking mass murder psycho. Mass murder, schizo, psycho, wacko. They're like, oh my God, can you believe these American stupid people? We order execution, the most famous man in America, Pat Tillman. I am Pat fucking, and no one gives a fuck. Now it's just like TEPCO. TEPCO doesn't even have anything. There's a story coming out yesterday that last August, they were releasing a billion, into the atmosphere, into the environment. I walk outside. This guy's a fucking neocon asshole. He's going to get his fucking ass kicked. Fucking neoconservative fucks-loving asshole. I'm going to knock this fucking guy out today. Watch this. I'll do the time first. This guy doesn't like me, so he knows I'm doing my radio show, so he turns up the fucking radio. Fat fucker. Says he was in Nam. I says, oh yeah, you're a Marine? When I found out he wasn't, I says, oh, I'm the son of a dead Marine, motherfucker. These fuckers. That's how they play. It's passive-aggressive, softball bullshit. That's what you have to learn as an environmentalist. You're going to be an environmentalist. That's what we've lost. Because the fucking bullies play these softball fucking passive games. I get in their fucking face. That's what we lost. Just like, paying so-called illegals cash. It's not the illegals' fault. The people. They're human beings. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Just like us. No, it's a fucker exploiting that. Is it okay to exploit labor? Is it okay for usury? Is it okay to be a slave owner? It's a moral issue. It's an economic fucking issue. No, it's not okay, and it's against the fucking law. It's illegal as fuck. And it's immoral as fuck. Yet, you fuckers all participating in it. Go to your local restaurant, get your food cooked. Look who mows your lawn. Lazy fuckers can't even mow their own fucking lawn anymore. I'm in critical fucking condition. If you look at my house, it's gotten a little wild now, but I got 1.5 acres of fucking grass. I mow with a hand-push lawnmower. Well, I'm sick. Maybe that's one of the reasons I'm alive. I can't even think. I even think about, call a company and just bring up a bunch of fucking illegals, fucking so-called exploited fucking labor to mow. It's grotesque. I can't even imagine wanting even to do that. So sickening. Who would even want to think that way? But Americans think that way. And, it's like, you're building a house or whatever, and these guys pull up these crews of illegals. You know they're being paid cash. You know they're being exploited, and you participate. Whose fault is the guy fucking calling them? We have the state building officials here. We have fucking regulators. We have attorney generals. We have, they'll throw a guy in for fucking smoking weed fucking here in Utah. You get caught with a bag of weed, you'll fucking do fucking longer than fucking killing someone. It's fucking so outrageous. It's usury. It's slavery. And it is not so-called the government, because the laws are good. Mark Twain. There's no wrong or right. There's only popular opinion. How did popular opinion go? I'll tell you what, a bunch of lazy, fucked up baby boomers. That's how. Lazy, fucked up echo boomer. And then the echo boomer, they dummy down the fucking education system. Utah's perfect fucking test model. We had one of the fucking strongest, highest paid fucking teachers force clear into the late 70s. I look back on my education as a young kid. That's what kills me. I talk to my friends. I'm like, you sit right next to me in school. You sit right next to me in class where I learned all this stuff. They know it. The baby boomer fucking knows it, but the baby boomer's a lazy fucker that goes along with it. Because they took hard work out of the equation. They didn't want to be that. They wanted to cheat the fucking system. They wanted wealth without work. Wealth without work is one of the biggest fallacies. That's God's words, not mine. Okay? That's every philosopher that ever really matters. Fucking words. It's a fallacy. It's going to accomplish you nothing. It's overcompensation. I mean, you let these ugly, creepy fuckers take the field. We did. Look at these fuckers. The Ryan plan. Fucking Ron Paul. That fucker looks like a cartoon character. By the way, that was the big protest vote. The protest vote in the 60s and the 70s for president was Mickey Mouse. I remember my dad and everybody used to fucking say, Mickey Mouse, I think in 1968 or 72 got a couple percentage of the vote. Was the protest because these fuckers are cartoon characters. Now, you look at Rand Paul, that isn't a fucking cartoon character. That fucker's a lunatic. What does that say about the people of Kentucky? They're insane. I was in Knoxville, Tennessee. They're just as fucking insane. What the fucking ignorant? Oh, on Balco. They wrote like a fucking badge of courage. Impeach Obama. Okay? Yeah, Obama's a piece of shit, no fucking doubt. But he's no fucking George H. fucking mass murder, fucking kill, fucking rob the fucking Treasury Bush. I like all these fuckers doing YouTube videos. All over the fuck. The dollar's gonna collapse. The dollar's gonna collapse. I'm like, there's some ugly bitch named Karen Hughes out there. I mean, what the fuck? Just the babble. Matt Kaiser, as brilliant as Max Estates, they're geniuses. They've fucking been on the wrong side of these fucking trades. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys on the day they announced the fucking Apple split? The derivative. Same old. Kev gets it right again. What's the stock up since that fucking day? In just a fucking 2 months. So they're on the wrong sides of these fucking trades. Your money matters. Your money matters. You're going to need that money to pay for your bone marrow transplant. They don't take gold bars. You got to transform to cash. Your money matters. Now, I was all for it, if you bought gold at 235, 400, 500, great move. But gold, I stood right here 3 years ago telling you get out at 1900. Buy Tesla, I'm telling you, it's $16, $17. It doesn't matter what's going to go happen forward, it's what happens fast, because that's how money works. So they're telling the dollar's going to. I'm like, where the fuck are you fucking feigning go stand? I'll tell you why. Because the exact same people that are taking on all these theses are the same people that are pounding the war drums. So they weren't watching the fucking markets. They weren't watching the dollar in 2003, 4, 5, and 6. They were watching kill the sand niggers, kill the sand niggers, kill the sand niggers. These fucking racist, ignorant fucks. That's what they were doing. Pounding, fucking turn them to glass. When these fucking ignorant fucks, you could get a map out of the Middle East. They couldn't tell you Saudi Arabia from fucking France. They couldn't tell you Saudi Arabia from Louisiana. Pathetic as fuck. Ignorance. Well, it affects us all now because of nuclearism. You can't live abstractly. So the dollar crashed in 2003. I stood in Manhattan. I was in Manhattan when the euro was launched. On the front row. Head of the Bureau. These are another idiot. These fuckers that drive these diesels now. Fuck, what's diesel? $4.50 a gallon. So I'm standing there. I believe it opened at 75 cents. He says, "We hope someday to have the euro trading equivalent to the dollar." That was their dream. Well, fuck. George Bush gave him a wet dream. The dollar went from 2003 to 2006 went from 75 cents to $1.60. That is the biggest wipeout of wealth of a country, of the United States in its history. You can't avoid it. I don't care who you are, where you are. If you're a member of the United States, you're a businessman, you can't avoid it. It crushed wealth in this thing. It's a very simple equation. You have to weight your dollar against things. You can wait. I mean, traditionally it's always been gold, but it really switched in the 50s, and it's always been oil. I mean, the true weight, really, and I think it is still a good imprint to weight it against. Well, but you can weight it against anything. Real estate, food. Look what they did with food. So what happens when the dollars crash and the Fed just keeps slashing the rate? Inflation. Inflation happened then. The rate should have been going up in 2000. Alan Greenspan, the greatest fucking terrorist in human history, free market. Fucking tag around on fucking Ayn Rand's skirt. Rand Paul, the fucking radical, fucking lunatic, fucking atheist from fucking Russia, the science fiction writer. They're going to base economic theory on Earth. Fuck, why don't you just fucking go to L. Ron Hubbard? Oh yeah, Romney did. So you have $100,000 in 2000. How much gas can it buy? How much oil can it buy? How much fucking house can it buy? How much education can it buy? How much food can it buy? How much sex can it fucking buy? How much fucking clothing can it buy? How much dope can it fucking buy? Now how much does it buy? You can weigh it against that, your fucking Avon fucking deer picture hanging on your fucking wall in your fucking house. How much will it buy? How much will it buy now? Do you realize the dollar was $1.60 in 2006, 2007, 2008? Because it reeled in a little teeny bit. It got down to $1.25 and then it's back to $1.38. Not by our fault. No. Because Europe had issues. I love how we had grandstand a couple of years going, oh, how fucked up Europe was. I love the German economists who stood on there. We are suffering at a high level. You know, other countries have what we call sovereign wealth funds. Do you know, people don't know what a sovereign wealth fund is. That's the government's fucking fund. They actually trade them. They buy things. By the way, that was a big story that came out. A couple, I believe Norway, which is a gigantic sovereign wealth fund. They've been so good with their money. They got out of nuclear a long time ago. They sold all their TEPCO stock. A lot of people have. The United States doesn't have one. Now, in Switzerland, in a place like Norway, their sovereign wealth fund belongs to their people. It's into their fucking laws and their comply laws and their, whether it be their constitution, whatever you want to call it. It belongs to them, the people. So in Switzerland, the people have sued, which is, that's our money. You got a huge chunk of it. We want a minimum living. It's our fucking money. Give it to us. So they're going to set a minimum fucking living standard, which I believe it's going to be in the 30,000 range, 30-something thousand range. It's their fucking money. Well, here in the United States, the most vast natural resources on the face of the globe. Just like, oh, we're going to go to Iraq and get their oil. Who are you, we? You Shell Oil? You on the board of directors of Halliburton? You're on the board of directors of BP? We? You're not getting shit. If you're in the United States, natural resources don't belong to the people. In fact, we used to make the, pay royalties here in the state of Utah. We'd force them to pay royalties. We face pay duty. Not anymore. They've even backed there to that. Build another pipeline. I love it. Let's get another pipeline. And pipeline's not going to benefit anyone. I like it. Oh, we're going to bring workers in. No, you're not. They're going to bring more exploited fucking labor into fucking building. They're not going to create any fucking jobs. They tell you they're going to create jobs, and then they'll fucking exploit labor to run, just like they're trying to build a nuclear facility in Idaho. Fuck. Idaho's the biggest violator in the country of paying cash to fucking illegal labor. So they'll build it and say, oh, we're going to bring 70,000. No, they won't. They'll bring in illegals and pay them fucking, $100 a fucking week in cash. That's what they do. Excuse me. So we have this government pseudo de facto. The other line, like here, we have huge oil resources in fucking northern Utah. Huge. Now, my friends, the tar sands got fucking arrested. They chained themselves to fucking equipment down there. They're fighting the tar sands permanently. Now, he and I are the ones who came up with the name Dirty Herbie. He's great. Those guys are great down there. I love those guys. Now, if any of them get a chance, I'll try to post some links around so you can get them some money. Get a build out of jail. They're trying to block the tar sands in eastern Utah. He and I is the one that stormed the Energy Solutions. Excuse me, there's a Freudian slip. The Salt Palace, the Energy Conference, Energy Solutions was set up there when they're building the Blue Green. Well, I was in critical condition. He put these barrels, because it was in the wintertime and it's foggy and cold here, and these people come in at 5 in the he set up these barrels with, we got a permit to do it, with fires burning, and we dressed up like devils and held pitchforks. And people had to drive right, and it scared the fuck. The cops got hundreds of calls, really afraid. And we did it all legally. We had fucking permits. He and I is the one that named it Dirty Herbie. And he's a great activist. He really is the real shit. So he understands what I understand. They extract the fucking natural resources out of your backyard. You don't know anything under 6 inches under your fucking house. The Queen fucking owns them. Fucking British Petroleum owns most of them. All these places, and they build a pipeline so it goes into the pipeline out of the country, just like Kennecott right here. I worked out there on the gold annex run, second biggest gold producing mine in the world. They extract the fucking gold, load on to fucking train cars straight to Canada, then to the fucking Queen's Reserves. Jobs, fuck no, they broke those unions down there too. They broke them all. They broke them down. This has been nothing more than the fucking redistribution of wealth to the fucking 1% and the very poor supporting it. All the fucking unions are bad. Yeah, baby. Yeah, but I like getting that 5 orange so I can get me some fucking little more money, go to fucking Walmart, the new East India Company. I wouldn't walk in a fucking Walmart. Well, I say that all the time. I had to go in a Walmart the other day. I mean, it freaked me the fuck out. I lost my phone charger when I was protesting about a test site. Them fucking phony fraud, fucking softball activist fuckers out there had me from L.A. Fuck. On vacation is all they are. They ain't fucking activists. So I couldn't find one. Couldn't find one anywhere. Nowhere. Finally, somebody says, well, I think they probably have one at Walmart. It fucking made my skin crawl. It's so grotesque, just the usury idea of it all. I mean, look at the tags on the clothes you're wearing. Come on. People say, oh, you can't buy them. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Not American. I mean, I used to always buy fucking Italian stuff when I was on Wall Street and had money. You know, that was the fucking nice stuff. I mean, those Italian tailors made a lot of fucking money. They didn't exploit labor. Canadians didn't exploit labor. Oh, they all do now. Oh, fucking A, they do. Fucking when I was in Canada, they exploit the fuck out of the Bangladesh, out of the Indians. They exploit them hard. They're exploiters up there just like we are here. Except they just don't have to pay fucking, they just mooch off the fucking United States military fucking mass murderers. Fuck, we don't need to do it. The Queen fucking played the United States like a fucking fiddle. You think about it. England doesn't pay fucking shit into the military complex. They don't have to pay fucking anything into it. Canada doesn't have to. You know, it's all Australia. It's all the same thing. Oh, they have their fucking colony. The mass murder fucking Rupert Murdoch, Operation Foxconn. They have their colony of American fucking fools that do it for them. Look, the American worker will do it for us. The United States military is the Queen's fucking military. This special relationship. They backdoored it. Everything we fought for. They played long ball 100 years ago, right fucking now, in 4 days. World War I started. One family ruled the world. One fucking family. They're all cousins. They were all cousins. Inbred fucking cousins. They were all lined up and executed. Down to children. The bloodline was exterminated across the fucking Europe, in Russia. All the one cousins left standing in England. They played long ball, and I could prove it. I go back to Franklin Roosevelt's son, Franklin Jr.'s book. He says, we were sitting around, I'm an 11-year-old boy. I believe he was 11 or 8, 9. Don't matter. With Franklin and Winston. They're sitting around at night at the White House. Franklin Roosevelt to Winston Churchill. By the way, Churchill is the fucking biggest fraud that ever fucking walked. Look up his past. Scotland Yard, Oh, yeah, his political operatives that were against him drummed up fake charges and had them fucking put away and fucking killed. Oh, fuck, he did it over and over and over and over. Corrupt and evil as they get, like the fucking Royals always have been. They're fucking corrupt. Oh, look, Kate, fucking, the wind blew up and showed her ass. That ugly bitch. She's so fucking grotesque. Winston, I gotta tell you, I went to fucking England when I was a boy. I saw Queen Victoria. I hated the old witch. By the way, if you got a porn addiction, I want you to just type up a picture of Queen Victoria, or any of them fucking ugly Bear Royals. You just visualize that in your head every time you want to look at porn. That'll end that addiction. Send me a check for fucking doing it. Or here, they'll charge you, the Mormons here, they'll charge you $30,000 to get rid of you, because a lot of the Mormons have porn addictions too here. So send me a check for $30,000. I just saved you. So well, Franklin, you know, what are you talking about? We're going to take down everything, these royal systems. We don't believe in the royal system. There's nothing more quintessentially American to not believe in the royal system. We believe in the American system. Alexander Hamilton. Franklin Roosevelt was a student of Alexander Hamilton. Hamilton read Greek tragedy over and over and over and over. He was a Greek tragedy. He was America. First thing we did, tariffs at the port. We blocked the East Indian Company. How do you think we paid for that fucking Revolutionary War? There were little old ladies holding paper all over the fucking country. Fucking broke off our fucking ass. Tariffs, duties. The opposite of the royal system. Walmart, the royal system. Fucking Rupert Murdoch, oh, right out of the House of Windsor. Fucking Oxford. Bill Walmart Clinton, fucking Rhodes Scholar of fucking Oxford. Fuck, go figure. Economic theory, Rhodes Scholar in economics. Right out of the fucking, Hamilton would spit in his face. Fucking Abraham Lincoln would spit in his... Abraham Lincoln was a student of, based on morality of, Abraham Lincoln was a student of Alexander Hamilton. That's what we fucking saw. You could still do it right now. We put a 25% fucking tariff at the port. They're still going to bring the shit in. We would get this country out of debt so fucking fast. Put this job market back to fucking together. So fucking fast. I mean, this thing could change on a fucking dime. I forgot one thing happened. Fukushima trumped it all. That one we can't fucking turn off. We won't turn off. Is it eugenics? You think about it. If it is eugenics, John Holdren running the fucking science and technology team, 32 team being run out of the situation. I have the transcript from the situation room. It's illegal and fuck. I don't know who stole it, but I got it. I can't fucking read it online. It's against the fucking law. I got it. I got all kinds of shit. I'm not about to fucking... because I'm not a believer in going to fucking jail as an activist, because they changed the rules on me. Tim DeChristopher. Fuck, I know Tim DeChristopher. They fucking got it through because Congress wields power on Operation Foxconn has got the far right. Oh, you fucking tree huggers. You know, fuck your terrorists. You eco-terrorists. Eco-terrorists. What? Because he fucking signed a fucking oil sands lease? Mike Lee put him in solitary confinement? Well, he's labeled as a fucking terrorist for life now, the same as the 9/11 terrorists. He can't do anything. He's done for life. Done. Patriot Act. Patriot Act. Lock, stock, barrel, hook, line, stinker, over. Mission accomplished. Military coup 2000. This fucking guy, I'm going to drop him like a bag of fucking dirt. Fucking. That's the way these fuckers play. They wear hairspray and because if you get in these bullies' face, they're going to cower down like the little bitches they are. Why do you think they all go buy guns? Because they're afraid. What are they afraid of? Oh, when the government comes to get our fucking, comes to get our guns, put us in a FEMA. You're already in a FEMA camp, and you pay a fucking mortgage on it, number one. Number two, who the fuck wants your Walmart shit off the fucking walls? It's a scam. You've been fucking had. All of you been had. It's like the gold thesis. No, gold, I'm all for owning some of gold. I mean, don't get me wrong. Owning gold and silver is an important part of a fucking stock portfolio. Your money's important. All in, and I could prove the fucking people all went in. I know the fucking data. I have the data. I was on Wall Street the fucking time. I mean, I think about what happened to me and what fucking has played out right on my YouTube site. You guys could fucking watch along. I turned 3,000 into 700,000. I stood 3 fucking years ago right here every morning when the markets melt down, including that fucking punk Kramer, telling you fucking get out, get out. I'm telling you, double down, double down, double. Now think about it. Think about it. Your corporation, your Apple. You have slaves for employment. The number one fucking component to any industry is labor. They have slaves. Their labor cost is almost zero. They pay no fucking taxes. No enforcement of antitrust law. Antitrust laws are so the big fish don't just keep eating the little fish. These big fish are dumb. I remember I wrote a piece for fucking Nokia. I said, Nokia, you better join with Palm and you better consolidate because when fucking Apple moves into Europe, you're going to go back to being a timber company. I had them shorted. They got fucking killed. Apple ate them alive because this beast is fucking a big, giant fucking monster. Same with fucking Walmart. Same with, I mean, these fucking people, Walmart rolls into a fucking town, and they did it all across America. You own a tire store, you own a fucking bakery, you own a fucking butcher shop, you own a fucking little small retail fucking clothes. You're done. Hasta la vista, baby. It's over. Wiped out, bankrupt. They desecrated more fucking jobs in this country than any fucking company in history. They're fucking terrorists. Walmart are fucking the new East India Company. We fought the Revolutionary War as a tariff war. It was a tariff war to block the fucking cheap goods coming into fucking North America. Why then little Saxons were living in North America for 150 fucking years? Why then? Because they were bootlegging their fucking tea in fucking the United States. Their cheap fucking goods from China. The United States is now a protectionist. The United States was a protectionist country from the fucking beginning and always was until Bill Walmart Clinton signed NAFTA. The dagger got shot over. Labor fucking was already sliding. Hushed. Now, not even fucking, they took you to, you know how many people I know that are middle-aged, skilled fucking craftsmen that don't even work? They've had to move back in with their fucking moms, they've killed themselves, they become fucking homeless. Guy that just walked by and knocked on the table. 40-something-year-old fucking, and brilliant guy, hard working, he's homeless. I mean, I travel all over this country, fucking contemporary people homeless. You know, and the rest of them are just re-leveraging up on the housing bubble 2.0. Because they're not making any fucking money. Yeah, they got out of the market. They left their money in the market, but they didn't have any money to put in the fucking market. They had to pull it out to fucking pay their fucking mortgage on the FEMA camp. Fuck FEMA camp. Who did it to you? The very people that bitch the loudest. The far-right fucking radio talk show hosts, the fucking lunatics that fucking bitch about it. They did it. They did it. The very same people that bitch the hardest fucking created it. The very poor support the very richest. I tell people, you're working fucking 65 hours a week to go further and further debt, you and your wife. You know, me and my daughter had this conversation. You quit that fucking job. You stay home and raise your fucking children. You know, go on a picnic. I mean, being broke's being broke. And I'd rather be fucking broke and have some free time to read a book to fucking go on a picnic with my children than fucking being broke, fucking working 65 hours a week. That's what Americans are doing. They're chasing their fucking tail. Tell them to fuck off. Just like your fucking upside down mortgage. Oh, you think, you know, the 0%. Here's the problem with a bubbled up mortgage complex, which like San Francisco and or New York and or so much of places of the country. You think your house just went from fucking $200,000 to $400,000. Oh, you think, oh God, look at all that money. Well, here's the problem. People run in and use that. They use it like a credit card and they refinance it with intentions to invest, intentions to do the right thing, but they don't. They go to fucking, you know, they spend it. It's just human nature. So when it does melt down, they're worse off than when the house is worth $200 than $400 because they have more. Here's the problem: what people don't understand about the fucking refinance complex and the 0% complex. Yeah, they'll give you free money, cheap fucking money. You can fucking borrow, but you have to pay it back. Why do you think usury loan places have jumped up so massively? Because people need to fucking borrow money in the short term. Hard finance, it's fucking loan. It's the exact same thing as the loan sharks fucking did for years and years and years and years. But this time they have the courts as collection goons. These fuckers here would have fucking debtors' prisons back if they could get away with it. Unless it's them. Oh, Mike Lee talks about it all the time. Yet he short sold his house and the government ate $600,000. Yet he's down to the budget man, and he says, cut food stamps. So I sent him an email one day. I figured up the math. $189 a month a person gets in food stamps. To get equal with his $600,000 he got from you, the taxpayer. He's a teabagger. He got again, the person that's bitching the loudest is usually the one committing the crime. In a couple, the one that's saying the fucking you're cheating is the one that's always doing the cheating or getting ready to do the cheating. It's always that way. Same fucking thing here. Mike Lee, $600,000. I mean, you think about that fucking number. I mean, we'll talk more about this on Tuesday. Stay tuned. You know, let's get your priorities in straight. Your art, your music, the culture, the walk.
All hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical.